these are all of the books. Best thing that's ever happened to me. 10 audiobooks for $34. He is like #1 book boyfriend. Hope that I'm able to write them, and just always has me like on the ground dying for the man. Oh my god. It's like Christmas. We giving 5-star energy. She's looking thick. We already said a prayer to the Ticketmaster gods. I love them so much. This has just been my dream my entire life. Hi guys, how's it going? Today is Monday. I just got home from like a mini, okay, not just, but I got home from a mini trip today, and I had like a 5-hour drive. So I was like, I need an audiobook. I borrowed this on the Hoopla app, which amazing, incredible. Also, it's Kindle Unlimited, so amazing. I am obsessed. Like, I am beyond obsessed and addicted to this story. Like, it is definitely giving 5-star energy. I have no predictions really, but I'm really liking it because it's just like murder mystery. It's not necessarily like scary, which is the type of thrillers I love. And also the setup of it, you're getting the actual story, but you're also getting the podcast episodes. And especially with the audiobook, it is so cool because there's like some sound effects and just different voices. I am going to listen a bit more and then I'll say more. I just need to, we're at a part where I need to know. Well, like that's the whole book, like especially right now. I'm like 70%. I finished the book. Tell me why it was a 5-star. I've had one other 5-star thriller in my life, and that is Rock, Paper, Scissors. I am ecstatic, but I did a tiny bit in my reading journal. I didn't do much because I was really locked into the book, and I was like, I need no distraction. I just need to sit here and listen. So here's what I did. Obviously I need a color, but I think it turned out so cute. And then I kind of did, I came up with this on my own, which I was really proud of because normally I just copy, but like the idea of this window being this page, and I think I'm gonna do the same thing for my reads. So yeah, it just felt good to like binge a whole book today, even though like I had like 5 hours of driving time where I got most of it done. So it just felt really good because I feel like I haven't done that in a while, and lately life's just been so crazy that I haven't been reading as much, so it just feels really good. I guess we'll see what we get up to tomorrow. I do need to finish my book club book for Sunday because we're actually having book club instead of pushing it back a month. Definitely need to do that. I'm like 75% through. Okay guys, I've finished updating my reading journal, so let's look through it. I think I colored in the Paris notebook. Yeah, this is not going great, but we are not actively working on it, but hopefully gonna. This, I only added one, and it was Listen for the Lie, so this is also not going great. Series tracker, I just did Rewind It Back. This I colored in May and updated my genres. This I added Listen for the Lie, My Friends. I think that's it. This one, I don't have a bingo yet, but I added Completed a Series, and then Summer in the City, audiobook, Things We Leave Unfinished, and then Listen for the Lie. There we go. We almost have bingo. DNF Graveyard, I haven't updated this, but I do have one to add. It is 32 Days in May. I need to add that in. I still haven't printed out this picture, so honestly, I don't know which one it is going to be. But yeah, Say You'll Remember Me won that, and then Remarkably Bright Creatures was my favorite of May. April Reads, I did this spread, and then this I just did new releases because April's always the month for books. I really like how this turned out. It obviously bleeds through a lot, but I don't really care. And then my April reads, I kind of did this so it's like the window right there, so I thought that was cute. Wait, oh my god, I literally forgot to put Say You'll Remember Me on here. My favorite book of the year. So I was literally wondering why I had an extra picture for it. This would be why. But literally my next page is all about it, so I think it's fine. And honestly, I don't really know where else I'd put it. May, I'm not like super obsessed with this. I feel like it's missing something down here, but it's what we're working with. And I also did new releases on this side because there's a lot I was excited for. And then May reads. Again, super simple. And that's my reading journal. I literally love her. Like, I just love that. It's so cute. Maybe once like June is over, I'll do like a halfway through the year spread, something like that. I'll have to look up some, but yeah, she's looking thick. I just have such an unhealthy attachment to my book characters that I am creating. Like, whenever I get upset about something or something happens and it like triggers me, I just think about them. I listen to my book playlist, I look at the Pinterest, I write, I read what I wrote, and it's just like, I love them so much, and just it has always been my goal to publish a book, and I just need them to be in the world. So that's what's happening now. Katie got triggered by something and is very upset now. I'm gonna write, and I'll take you guys along with me. I kind of pivoted how I'm doing it a bit. We'll get into that later. Okay guys, I kind of just wanted to do a little yap session about my book and kind of my like writing process. Not that I'm anyone you should take advice from, but I thought it'd be fun because I kind of just recently changed up how I'm doing it. Like, a fresh doc was started. The idea for my book came to me kind of in a dream. Well, like, one scene did, and I did end up writing that scene, which it was like a Christmas one. My dreams can be very, very detailed, like to the point where I wonder if it was real or not, but that doesn't happen like every night. It's like somewhat rare that I have like a really, really vivid one that like I can recall months to years after. Maybe it's also because I wrote it down, but like, you know. Anyway, so I saw that dream scene in my head and I wrote it, and this was two and a half years ago. And kind of around that scene, I built my characters. I'll tell you their names. Okay, so my main girl is Hannah, and my main guy is Tanner. And again, those names just came to me. I think I did look up guy names, but it was for some side characters. But yeah, those names just came to me, and it's funny is I do know a Hannah and a Tanner. Tanner is technically my cousin's husband, so like it's a little, but like he's completely different, obviously. So they're completely nothing like the people I know with those names, and they each have a little bit of me in them, which like it's really interesting because I feel like sometimes like main characters may be based off the author, but like mine aren't. Like Hannah is not me. Maybe she is, not really. Like they are just my pookies. Like I think about them and I'm like, I love them. Like I tear up because I love them so much, and I just hope that I'm able to write them in a way that like is how I think about them. And so this brings me to my writing process, because recently I listened to Abby Jimenez talk, and she kind of explained her writing process, and she said something along the lines of you have to like know your characters inside and out. So I started at the top of a new doc writing down everything about Hannah and Tanner, like how they think, what they've been through, just like family stuff, everything kind of about them, which I hadn't done in my previous doc that had like, I think it has like 70,000 words almost in it, but it is just scenes that don't have a chronological order, and definitely using that, like all of it, but just I'm starting a new doc. And something else Abby said was she writes from chapter 1 to the end of the book in chronological order, which again was something I was not doing, so I am trying to do that, which I feel like is good because a lot of times I'll skip over like the filler scenes or whatever and just write the big scenes, which is fine because if I have an idea in that moment for those, I still want to get it out. But yeah, writing those filler scenes I think has been helpful. But yeah, I just love my pookies, and that's all I'm gonna say about them because they're just my babies. Like, I'm gonna gatekeep them. This has just been my dream my entire life. I literally, since I could draw and write, I was writing like little picture books. If we want to get in some real Katelyn lore, oh my god, wait, hang on. My two favorite things when I was in preschool, elementary, was my Webkinz cat, Stars. Let's put a picture of what she used to look like. She is my Pookie. This is my OG Pookie. And Cantaloupe. I loved Cantaloupe, which I don't like cantaloupe now, so it's really interesting, but I wrote books about stars and cantaloupe and like how I loved it every day. Like there's probably 20 different cantaloupe books in the basement. Like I drew in them, I wrote like stories and everything like that. And again, in like elementary and middle school, when we had the writing assignments, like my teacher was like, what the fuck are you just saying? Like this is like insane. And also, your girl was a Wattpad writer. I low-key had a fanfiction go slightly viral. Not like it was good, like I was literally 13 writing this. That's my writing lore, and I just really hope that Hannah and Tanner can be in the world someday. But I just wanted to share Abby's advice and kind of my process. I feel like Abby Jimenez is my favorite romance author, and I really want my book to also have the emotional aspect that hers has, but also still be funny and relatable and whatever. So that's my writing talk. Oh, maybe I'll just do like a word count update, so like old doc and then new doc, because that's completely different. Yeah, I've been working on her for like 2 years. Like not like I don't write every day or even every month. Okay, my original doc has, why did I think I had 60,000? 45,000 words, 83 pages. And then the new one has 8,000. So we're nowhere near close, but we're doing it. And actually I have to close these tabs right now, or I will be sucked in for the next 2 hours, and I really can't do that because I really need to edit this video. Bye. Side quest. In the queue for Billy tickets. No, I'm in the waiting room, not the queue yet. Not like she's anywhere near me, but I'm still trying. 1 minute until I'm in the queue. Me and Ticketmaster, we have beef, but we've also had some good moments. So let's see, I got my mom's account and my account, and my mom's account's the lucky one, so we'll see. I just felt like you guys would appreciate this side quest, so here we are. Okay, it's 12. Hasn't refreshed yet, so we'll see how many people are ahead of me. 1,200 people ahead of me on my phone. Computer still hasn't refreshed. Come on, computer. I'm not touching the refresh button. I'm really not. Bad things happen. Okay. 3,600 on my computer, and I literally got in the waiting room on here first. Okay. Locked in. 1,200 isn't terrible. I looked up how many it seats. I don't remember now. I'm not touching this. 1,100. I'll be back. 500. Computer still has 3,000. Oh my god. I already said a prayer to the Ticketmaster gods. At this point, it's up to, I don't know, Billy herself. I turn the camera on and then it doesn't move, but then I turn it off and we jump like 1,000 people. I'll be back. 216 people. My computer has not moved at all, which, whatever, I'm locked. 95 people, fuck. My Oura ring is probably gonna go off the charts with stress. Oh my god, and I have to pee so bad, I'm literally just gonna pee here. I'm joking. Bro, every time I turn you guys on, it stops moving. Like, literally, I just jumped so far in like a minute, and now we're stuck. Oh my god, one person. Oh my god. Why is it like this now? Oh my god, wait, my hands are sweaty. Shit. It's loading. Oh my god, guys. Oh shit. Why? I got it. Fuck. 2 tickets. I'm just buying the first ones I see. I don't care where they are. I'm buying them. I don't care. Come on. Check out. Got it. I don't care. PayPal. Pay. Check out. Place order. No. Oh my god. I agree to the terms. Oh my god. My heart is pounding. Please. Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh, let me get out of this queue so someone else. I literally just got the first ones I could see. I don't even know where they are. I'm gonna look. I need to play Billy immediately. What's this bitch even called, this place? I don't even know. I'm going to Oklahoma, I guess. I gotta see where the seats are. They're definitely ass, but like, I don't care. The first question, can I bring a vape into the BOK Center Tulsa? Guys, this Audible sale, best thing that's ever happened to me. I just got 10 audiobooks for $34. I don't know if I've ever like paid specifically for an audiobook, but I got the Throne of Glass series, which I know I'm gonna listen to again and again. And I've been wanting to do like a reread for years. I am shopping again. I feel like I need to take severe advantage of this. I looked through literally all of the like browse features on Audible, but I'm looking through my want to read on Goodreads now. It's going great. I might look at my shelves too. I'm only getting them if they're under like $4 though. Like if they're $4 and under, because I don't want to pay more than that, or I don't feel like it's worth it. I feel like I need to cut myself off for the day though. And then I will obviously do a virtual haul. I'm buying 3 more for $12, which... And they're all books I've like wanted to buy but haven't like pulled the trigger on yet. Confirm order. Oh, I charged my wrong card, but that's okay. Should we do an Audible haul? I literally feel like it's Christmas. Okay, Audible haul. All the ones I got were $4 and under. First up, The Game Gods Play. This has been on my radar for honestly a couple months now, and I just haven't bought it. I think it's Kindle Unlimited, but yeah, I haven't really been in my fantasy era, so I kind of want to do it audio-wise to get back into it. The Songbird and the Heat of the Stone. Again, I've read the rest of the series, but just haven't got to this one yet since it came out, and I don't really remember too much about the series, so I thought this would be good to go into audio-wise because I don't know if I'll get to it physically. Skyward, I've been wanting to read so bad. It'll be my first Brandon Sanderson, and I just got it on Audible because it's cheaper than buying it physically. The Let Them Theory, self-explanatory. I feel like I've been meaning to listen to this one forever, but I don't want to like use my Spotify time on it because I want to listen to like something fun, so this will actually help me listen to it. Redeeming 6, I got this one because I just feel like Saving 6, it was kind of a little draggy, so I thought this would be good on audio so I can get through it because I don't really have too much motivation to get to this one, except now I do from seeing all the Releasing 10 reactions. The entire Throne of Glass series, because I've been wanting to listen to it again since I finished it 2 years ago. That's it. That's a haul. It's like Christmas. Okay, so since we just hauled audiobooks I just got, I also thought I would haul physical books I just got because I've been really bad lately. That was really loud. These are all of the books I've gotten within the last 2.5 weeks. First up, obviously Atmosphere. This is in next week's video, so stay tuned because clearly it's been good. And then also, that is going to be in that same video, we have The Woman by Kristen Hanna. Both of these are from Target. If you didn't know, Target books are cheaper than the MSRP that's on here because Barnes usually just charges MSRP unless they have like $3 off or whatever. So this was $15, whereas if I would have went to Barnes or another place, it would have been $30, which a lot of times I'll support the indie bookstore when it's a similar price or the same price, but for $15 off, half off, I'm gonna have to go to Target and get it. I love Kristen Hanna and I can't wait to read this. I just love historical fiction. Holy books. I didn't know she had that many. Don't mind if I do. And then this was from an indie bookstore. We have 32 Days in May. I was just there browsing and I saw this and I was like, oh, they have it? Because I hadn't really seen it anywhere yet, but I saw it online. One of my mutuals on TikTok, she gave it 5 stars. I'm like, wait, I want to read this because this has been in the back of my mind. I DNF'd it, which will also be in next week's video. So yeah, but this cover gets 1,000,000 stars out of 10. I'll kind of tell you what this is about. It only has a couple hundred Goodreads reviews. It follows our main girl Nadia, and she is diagnosed with lupus, and so she quits her job and kind of moves back to, I think, her hometown. Her like doctor's nephew or something is like this celebrity guy, and they kind of get set up together and they agree to like fake date for a month. I just really did not connect with this and I could not get into it, and the romance just felt so insta-lovey, but I've seen a lot of really good reviews about this, so definitely give it a chance. And it's like 300 pages, but it just wasn't for me. Also from my local indie bookstore, this was in last week's video if you saw it. This was my blind date with a book. This is a actually, do I still have the sticky note? Did I put it in here? I put it in here. Okay, so the sticky note says about like the blind part, I guess. Historical Victorian England, standalone. She's a disgraced woman in exile. He's an entrepreneur buying her father's estate. I've just been really liking the historical fiction kind of vibe, so I thought this would be fun, like a historical romance. And I recently watched Pride and Prejudice for the first time, so I thought this would be fun. Also, look at this. It's like slightly... I've like never seen this before, but the paper is like slightly longer than the back cover. Anyway, not a big deal. I just have never seen it before. And then this is going to be in a book shopping shorts So stay tuned for that, but I picked up 2 hardcover books randomly. So this is one that I have been itching to read since it came out, and I had a hold for it on Libby and it came through, but I was not able to read it in time, so I had to return it, and I'm like, I'm just gonna buy it. I know I'm gonna love it. Something about witchcraft is involved in this, which I'm trying to like go in blind, but something about Haven, and she is investigating this shipwreck, and I think it's her father's sunken treasure, so she's like looking for that. And can I just say, the show Outer Banks, my absolute favorite part of that show was how they're looking for treasure and like that type of vibe. So I absolutely love watching and consuming all the content like that about like treasure hunts, ships, whatever. So I can't wait to read this. And then it's set on Amalfi. I cannot say this name, and I always spell it wrong too, but yeah, my family is originally from Italy, so I can't wait to just learn more about Italy too. I'm so excited. And then the last book, this book's like heavy for some reason. The last book I picked up was The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. So she wrote One Dark Window, and I absolutely love that duology, so I wanted to pick this up to read more from her. And I saw this edition, and literally I was debating on getting it because I was like, I don't know if I want to read it like right away, but this girl, when I was like holding it, she asked me like what book it was because she thought it was so pretty. I'm like, fuck, that's my sign. But it is actually beautiful. Look at the sprayed edges. Then this one also has them. So I thought this was beautiful, and this is an author I know and love. I don't know what it's about. I tried to read the thing and I have no clue. We're gonna go in blind, of course. So that is the books I bought recently. If you want to see any of these in videos, let me know. I mean, most of them already will be. That is my haul. It is wrap up time. So these are the 7 books that I've read in May. Let me pull up my Goodreads so I can talk about them in order. Okay, so the first book I finished was The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. This one, I didn't like purposely pick this up, which I feel like that's part of why I wasn't like super in love with it, because I just kind of read it because I had to, because it came through on my Libby, because I've had this on hold for like maybe like 10 months now, and it finally got delivered, and I was obviously really excited to read it like in the Christmas time, but that passed and my hold didn't come through. So I read it and it was fine. It's like a Knives Out vibe book with a romance, and I thought that was interesting, but for some reason I just couldn't get into the story. I feel like maybe I wasn't like in the mood for it, but it wasn't like overly Christmassy, so it wasn't that. I don't know, I just didn't really care about it, but I did like the idea of it and how they were at this like famous author's place and then she went missing, and I really liked learning about that because just like reading about this like huge famous author was really interesting. It was just fine. I gave it 3 stars. It was enjoyable. Maybe I'll try and reread it again during the holiday season, probably next year. And then I read Frederick's new book, My Friends, and I gave this one 5 stars. This book, I think just all of his books are going to be 5 stars for me, just because his writing is just my favorite ever. Like, he's just my favorite author probably, and just the way he creates characters, it just makes them feel so real, and just I just love them so much. And the story was just a really powerful one, even though it's kind of like a simple storyline, but it's just such a powerful story. And I love a character driven book, and I loved our main characters, and I feel like especially Ted in this, his thought processes and how he reacted to certain situations were very relatable, and I really liked the depiction of him. And then Louisa, obviously same, she has so much going on, and I really liked how her character was built, and I just feel like their dynamic, Louisa and Ted, was really, really cute and adorable to watch, even though they're like kind of snarky to each other. This book follows a group of friends, and you're getting their past perspectives of the summer they all spent together. Then you're in the present day, and one of those friends is kind of retelling that story to our main girl, Louisa. Ted is telling it to Louisa, and I just love their dynamic. It is adorable, and it's just one of those things where this book just feels like just so meant to be. Louisa and Ted finding each other. I love it so much. This is just such a powerful story, and even down to like the side characters who are mentioned only a couple times or you see them once, it's just they're so developed even still, and still have such an impact in the story. And then I read Summer in the City by Alex Astor, which this book just wins best cover of the year. I think it's just a beautiful, beautiful edition, and I still can't get over it. Honestly, going into this, I was very kind of hesitant on if I would actually like it, because I really did not like Lightlark, her other book, but I really like this one a lot. I feel like I just loved the New York setting. I actually enjoyed the romance too, which I feel like I was a little hesitant on, because sometimes like books like this, they don't really like click, but this was a great time. It's like fake dating, and they went on this tour of New York City, and I really enjoyed that. So I give this 3.5. It's nothing I really think about frequently, but like if you want just a fun, fast-paced rom-com set in New York, this is perfect for that, because you go around to all of the places on this map, and there's like food mentioned, popular places, and all that. I had a great time, and I really liked the guy in this. this, but I do wish it was double POV because I think that would have been really, really awesome. Okay, and then I finished Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. This is the 5th book in the Windy City series. One of my favorite interconnected romance series. Actually, maybe my favorite, because I feel like I really haven't read that many interconnected ones. So this whole series is about professional sports players in Chicago. So this one follows a hockey player, same with the first one, then you have baseball and basketball and whatever. So this is the 5th book, and this is about Rio and Hallie. And Rio we have seen since book 1, even though I didn't read book 1, he was in it. Throughout all the books, he's been a super prevalent character in their friend group, and I've just always loved him. In the other books, he was just always kind of the single one, I guess. Like in this too, it's talked about a lot how he was kind of 3rd or 5th wheeling the group a lot. And this book really shows why and what he has been waiting for in a romance, and it was just so sweet. I feel like he is just such a golden retriever sweet guy, and I really, really loved that. I give this one 4.5. It just didn't really give me 5-star. Like at first when I finished it, I was like, it has to be a 5-star. But thinking back, I'm like, I don't think it was, and I don't really know why. I can't pinpoint it, but I really enjoyed their romance because they just know each other on such a deep level, and I really like kind of what the title of the book signifies. If you've read it, you know, and I just thought that was really sweet, and there was just some really sweet moments in here. I don't really know if this is my favorite trope. I'm not sure what didn't like make it 5-star. So I feel like one thing I really like about sports romances is kind of the team aspect, and I do like to see a little bit of like the sport. Please don't go into detail about how it works, but I do like to see them at their games and stuff, and I feel like in this one we didn't really get that. So I was kind of missing that aspect of like the team and kind of her being at his games, whatever. We got a little bit of that, but I was kind of wanting more. Still an amazing series. I highly, highly, highly recommend. These books are just so fast paced too. It's a little thicker. I think it's like 400 some pages, but it still goes so freaking fast and you can't put it down. And then I read Listen for the Lie. This book I completely listened to on audiobook. I had like a 6-hour car ride and I knocked out like a little over half of it on that ride. And let me tell you, that was an amazing car ride. I was so into this the entire time, and this is maybe my like 2nd favorite thriller of all time. I think number 1 is Rock Paper Scissors still. Yeah, this was so incredible, and I really recommend the audiobook too. So the premise of this, so our main girl Lucy, she is friends with this girl Savvy in their like smaller town, and one day Savvy gets murdered or killed, and everyone thinks Lucy did it, but she was never like tried for it because there wasn't any evidence. Flash forward a couple years later, and this podcaster Ben Owens is hosting this show about the murder and like trying to uncover what happened. Obviously he's digging stuff up and he's trying to find what happened. For the setup of this book, sometimes you get like his interviews, that if you can see. So I really liked that in the audiobook because it was just like you were in an interview. The style of the audiobook completely switched, so I really liked that. And the story was kind of my perfect thriller, honestly. I ended up giving it 4.5 because it just hasn't like stuck with me enough to be a 5. I feel like I've had a hard time reading books this year. This book isn't like super scary like a thriller, and that is what I like when it's more a mystery whodunit, you're trying to put the pieces together, than like a scary book. That is what I really like. So that is why I love this so much, and I was really shook about the twist and like the reveal of what happened. Being in that town and being in Lucy's perspective, someone who the whole town basically hates because obviously they think she murdered someone, was just so interesting because she doesn't remember what happened that night. So you're like, did Lucy actually do it? Did she not do it? What is going on? And I've had it on my shelf for like probably over a year, so I'm glad I finally finished it. And then, so this was our book club book for like April and May. We just hadn't finished it. So this was Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. This book honestly took me a long time to get through, and I don't really know why because I was really liking it when I was reading it. You're following 2 sisters, Constance and Scarlett, and they are working in the war. I can't remember what exactly it is they do. And then Scarlett, she meets this pilot guy from the US and they fall in love. And that man, Jameson, he is like #1 book boyfriend. Like, I love him so much. Being in the past perspectives and their relationship just was unmatched. It's so soulmate connection, and the way Rebecca Yarros writes romance just always has me like on the ground dying for the man. Like, she can just write a man. Like,
all of her books I've read, there's been an incredible man in them. I mean, even like fantasy and romance genre, she is incredible. So I really liked the past perspective, and we were also getting a present perspective. So it would have been Scarlett's great granddaughter or granddaughter, I can't remember, is kind of taking over her legacy and writing her story, because Scarlett ended up becoming this like super popular author. And so when she is taking over her kind of last book, like a memoir book, this other author gets hired to help her write the book because she's not a writer, and they have a romance too. I just really didn't care as much about the present timeline as I did the past, but it was still enjoyable because in the present timeline there's just a lot of drama going on with some side characters, so that was really interesting. But yeah, the romance for that I just didn't really care or connect to, but I did enjoy this book. I gave it 4 stars. I feel like it definitely could have been rated higher if I connected to the present timeline more, but I just didn't, and that's fine because Jameson made up for it. And then the last book of the month and the best book of the month, Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I picked this book up because I had been starting to see it circle around more because the movies come out, and also this beautiful sprayed edge version came out. It was absolutely incredible. It was so touching and sweet. So I'm going to tell you guys the premise, but just know that it's like more than that. So it follows our main girl Tova, and I can't remember how old she is. She's maybe like 70, something like that. And so she works at this aquarium, and there is this octopus there named Marcellus, and he also has a perspective in this book, but he doesn't like talk, or you know, like he doesn't talk back and forth to Tova or anything. Like, it's not that type of fiction. So they kind of form like a friendship, and it's just really, really incredible watching all of the characters in this book grow. Even Marcellus, like, he plays such a huge part in this story, and it's just so sweet. You're getting another perspective of Cameron. He is 30-ish, I think, and you're just also trying to figure out how his perspective is going to intertwine with Tova and Marcellus's. And the story is just so wholesome, and it does a really good job of depicting real life struggles that a lot of people go through, and it just did such a good job of that because it made me feel so many emotions. Like, I was sobbing if you watched last week, and I love a book that makes me cry. I love it. And it was just so wholesome, and I feel like this small town was such a great setting because you're getting to see Tova's friends and other people in the town that work at the grocery store and other places like that, and it was just such a beautiful, beautiful story, and I actually cannot wait for the movie. So please go read this. That is everything I read in May, and honestly I think this might be the end of the video too. If you liked it and kind of want more of these like combined literally random ass videos, let me know, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.